Hey there, comic book fans. I am back from the comic shop again this week. And again, this week was a fairly light one. I ended up getting 4 comics. One I pulled off the shelf, 3 from my pull list. Plus these freebies, the comic shop news. Archie meets Batman 66. I'm telling you, I didn't even look at that cover till right this moment. I had no idea it was Archie meets Batman 66. Talk about picking something up by habit and not even looking at it. Femme Magnifique. Femme Magnifique heading to comic shops from Black Crown. Let's see what that is. That's Batman Archie. Gives us all the news. Oop, I ripped it. It's not in mint condition anymore. Look at that, a tear. This gives us all the news of what's going to go, Harbinger Wars. I would, if I cared about Valiant, one of the reasons, I bought a lot of these Valiant comics when they first came out, and I enjoyed Harbinger Wars, but they got all different talent doing it now. So I'm kind of like, don't care that much anymore. I liked the guys they had when they first launched, but, like any comic book company where the company owns the heroes, the talent is disposable, so they move on to somewhere else eventually. But so that's why I have, I would only buy some more Valiant stuff if I liked the creators involved. Like that, what one did I buy? That Roman one. Can't even remember the name of it now. That took place, the detective in ancient Rome. That one was pretty good because I liked. I think Juan Jose Rip was drawing it. That's why one of the reasons I bought it. And who was the writer? The writer was that English guy who wrote Paradox all those years ago. Oh well. But anyway, Batman 60. And the other freebie I got, let me just throw this away, is a, broken into, I think this is a CBCS case. I actually got a few of these from the guy who works at the comic shop, only because I took some from him before, and I've always wanted to do a project where I make fake slabbed comics, and I still haven't gotten around to doing it, but someday I will. And so now I have more broken into slabs that I can make fake slabbed comics out of. I'll keep you apprised. And the comic I pulled off the shelf this week was the True Believers Infinity Gauntlet, issue number 1. These are only $1. That's the reason I bought it. And I have never actually read Infinity Gauntlet because I'm not a fan. To me, Thanos and Adam Warlock died in Marvel 2-in-1 Annual 2, I think it was, and never came back. I don't care about Thanos or Warlock post that. And I remember I think I read the first 2 issues of this way back when it came out, because somewhere around here I have the first 2 issues. But I picked this one up because the printing on it looked weird to me. And I might do a video where I compare and contrast the printing and discuss the printing of the original and this new one. I want to see what happened, because the gauntlet there doesn't look. The color on that gauntlet doesn't look right, does it? There's something weird about this color. But anyway, I'm gonna have to pull out the original and compare and contrast them and see what they look like. That's the only reason I bought this. Then we've got Jonathan Luna and Sarah Vaughn doing Eternal Empire, issue number 8. I think this one's wrapping up soon, and it's really reading to me now like a young adult novel, because these are our 2 lead characters who come from 2 different places, and they're really magically connected, blah-de-blah-de-blah, and turns out they're magically connected to the Empress who's running this whole world and is trying to conquer it all, and they're off on their magic dragons to finally meet the Empress. And like I said, I think it's like the last one they did, Alex and Ada, seemed to have a lot more, I don't know what I'd call it, levels to it. This is kind of straightforward. There's it's like it's such a straightforward adventure that it seems like a young adult book to me. Not that it's bad. I think it's okay, and I think it's almost ending, but not the best Jonathan Luna stuff I've read, but a solid series so far. We'll see where it goes from here. The third book of the week is The Beauty, issue number 21. Juan, Hurley, Nalchik, Kim, and Maurer. A lot of people. They're crediting everyone on the cover. And we continue. This story arc is conspiracy stuff. As I've said in other ones, we've had cop stuff, robber stuff, slice of life stuff. Now we've got conspiracy stuff. Oh, look at that. See that splash page. That guy smashed his head in, or someone smashed his head. Let's see, last issue we had the reporter who's a podcast journalist, and he's nothing much on the back. He's investigating where the beauty comes from. The beauty is this disease that it's an STD that makes you beautiful. And they haven't found any downside to it, so people were catching it on purpose. But then, 5-6 years later, the downside hit and people were bursting into flames. And now maybe the beauty was genetically engineered by a drug company to profit off of curing the beauty, or, keeping its symptoms keeping its symptoms repressed, whatever they call it. So, like I said, first it was cops and robbers stuff. Now this guy's digging into the conspiracy, and I think the conspirators are after him. Of course, in any conspiracy, you gotta have the conspirators come after you and threaten you with danger, and that's what's happening now in this story. So, enjoyable stuff. The Beauty, check it out. And our final book of the week is Deadly Class, issue number 33, Love Like Blood, Part 2. What's this? I haven't noticed that logo. Giant generator? There's its own individual logo down there? I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Is that new? But there's some sort of coat of arms. I still have the same problem with the beauty, with Deadly Class that I've been having for the last year or so, in that they brought a character back from the dead, and now the life and death stakes are a little less for me. So now we've got, once again in this issue, either Marcus or the guy that's our hero Marcus, and I forget the guy pursuing him. One of them has to die, but it'll be a fake death. I mean, they already faked us out with death, so it's kind of like, eh. But that being said, it's still well done. As a matter of fact, issue 32 of The Beauty was a tour de force of artwork, of storytelling, of fights and chases by Wes Craig. And it was very much a... And usually I love it. The Wes Craig artwork is what got me buying The Beauty in the first place. I didn't have the first issue on my pull list. I picked it up off the stands, and like I said, the concept of a high school for assassins didn't appeal to me. But I looked at the artwork and really liked it, and had some very Steranko-ish storytelling in the first issue. But last issue was a tribute to Frank Miller. The characters even mention Frank Miller in the as they're talking. They mention Frank Miller comics, and just the layouts of it, and the fact that they were fighting ninjas everywhere, and there were arrows flying, and just the story. It was just really, really well done. I must say, it was the best Frank Miller I've seen since Frank Miller. That's how good it was. And it was like, if you get a chance to go to your comic shop and see Deadly Class 32, I say pick it up and buy it, or at least pick it up and look through it and read it a little bit, because it was just like I said, the storytelling was brilliant in it. I've always found Wes Craig to be, like, I think it was issue 6 that had a great chase scene in it. Because chase scenes usually don't work in comics, and this was one of the best chase scenes I've seen. And issue 32 topped that easily. It was just this chase scene, fight scene, battles between dozens of guys, and tips of the hat to Frank Miller, and it was the most brilliant issue of Deadly Class in a while. And even if the life and death stakes are ruined a little bit for me, that issue was top of the class. So give Deadly Class a read. And now we'll give you a little look at my background artwork. And this is some in-progress stuff. I think last week I showed you some of these finished 5x7 cards I was doing. And these are them in the process. This was just inked and lettered. Life is misery, chaos, and doom. So try to have fun at my party. Real life can torture you later. Got to erase the... You can still see the pencils under there. Got to erase that and then marker color it. And here's a little one. Sort of the same lines, only art card size. I'm a creature of the nighttime. Daytime, too. I drink a lot of coffee. These are just kind of superhero themed ones. But my own strange superheroes. I got superpowers. I could show you, but I'd have to punch you. We don't know what this guy's saying yet. Whoops! Knocked those two right down. We don't know what he's saying yet. We'll move him over there. Don't you fall. You're 7 kinds of crazy stuffed in a 6-pack. Those are the kind of barbs you can expect from me. So they're all going to have nice colorful colors. Superhero-ish. She's got to be saying something. Who knows what? I'll have to figure that all out. But there you go. A little look at some work and some comics. You guys all have a good week out there.